Welcome to Mercy School. This is section 102, Beginner's Positioning. I'm going to teach you how to position like Mercy. This is just the beginner level of this course though, so we're only going to go over some of the basic core principles of positioning as Mercy. It's not till the later courses that we would explain really detailed, complicated stuff, but you might just learn something today that you never realized about positioning with Mercy. Alright, so, we're gonna watch a video now that explains beginner positioning. Also, Liz says, how do I do my name? If you see anything on the screen, then tap the thing on the screen, and there should be a button for manage access. If there's nothing on your screen, then wait, and if nothing pops up after waiting for a few minutes, then maybe refresh. I don't know. QuizKit is very confusing to try to figure this thing out. It's automatically set to your Twitch name, Void says. I don't know if that's true or not, but if you see anything about QuizKit on your screen anywhere, then you're probably good to go and you'll probably be in the quiz. But anyway, really quick to go over some basics before we watch the video. Positioning as Mercy is all about hiding while healing. You never want to heal just standing out in the open while people are shooting at you. There are times you get forced into it, but it's not something that you're going to be looking for in your day-to-day Mercy gameplay. Normally, if it happens, you're going to die, and it's really bad. So always want to look out for that. That's a terrible thing to have happen. Like if a ball throws you into the middle of the enemy team when your Guardian Angel's on cooldown, and now you're healing from out in the middle of nowhere, and you just get picked off by Ash and McCree. That's what you want to avoid. Well, anyway, we're going to watch a video now. And you guys need to pay close attention because I'm going to quiz you on things that were said in the video. And today, I actually thoroughly went through the video and made sure that every question on the quiz today was definitely mentioned in the video. And the answer is in the video 100%. There's no debating it this time, so pay attention if you want to win the quiz. Okay. Everybody got it?
Got it.
I hear you.
Okay. Let me pop up the video, one sec. Okay, that's what we're gonna have to do today because the rules are in the way. Sorry for the YouTube viewers if they watch us on YouTube because we were having issues with the quiz extension being in front of everything and blocking it. Lesson learned, we don't open the quiz till after the video. Good to know. Okay. Well, in that case, we're just gonna have to watch the video with it up there. Needed much rest to watch it later? Okay, cool. I don't know how to restart this now. Dude, the buttons won't pop up. Let's begin with... Dude, I hate this so much. Hold on, let me, I'll fix it. One sec. Okay. Pop it back up. Okay. Thanks for the review. I got you. All right, guys. Now, let's actually watch this for real, okay? This is section 102, Beginner Positioning Guide. And just again to repeat, you will be quizzed based on what is said in this video. So pay close attention if you want a chance at winning of another VOD review.
Greetings.
Welcome back to Mercy School. This is section 102, Beginner Positioning. Today we're going to learn the basics of positioning and using cover with Mercy.
Healing stream engaged.
Knowing where to position yourself is one of the most important parts of being a good Mercy.
Let's get
One
you
of the
back
core
out there.
tenets of Mercy is to stay alive. When the Mercy player dies first, the rest of the team often follows. Knowing how to position and use cover while healing is one of the biggest areas to improve in for Mercy players. Let's begin with the most basic of all positioning, cover. While Mercy is often found flying around, where she lands is even more important than where she's flying. If possible, everywhere Mercy flies to, she'll find something to hide behind so she doesn't get picked off by ranged damage. Here we can see Mercy using cover 3 different times. Each Guardian Angel brings Mercy from one safe spot to another. In ideal circumstances, this is what using cover looks like during a fight. Standing out in the open is unnecessary, except maybe in certain double shield team comps. Finding new cover on the fly is one of the biggest talents any Mercy can improve on. Next, let's look at shield awareness. Most games have some form of shield tank. Knowing how to use a shield as cover increases Mercy's survival rate dramatically. A shield offers a temporary refuge from ranged damage. Just make sure to use it correctly. One of the biggest mistakes new Mercies make is stepping through the shield without good reason. Moving in front of the shield should only be done with a purpose. Doing it randomly offers no advantage and only further increases Mercy's chance of death. Make sure to keep the shield between Mercy and her enemies whenever possible. Here we're going to look at some actual Mercy gameplay that involves using cover. Here on King's Row, she's using the statue as cover so that she can heal her team without actually exposing herself to the enemy team as much as possible. And even here, the enemy Mei puts a wall, so now we use the enemy Mei wall as cover. Go left, use the hotel as cover so you don't get shot at. Here, use the car as cover during the res, and even the skinny tree to try to block some of the Sigma damage. Rush to this cover to get safe, and then take high ground cover to try to stay safe again. Now let's talk positioning in general. Where to be in relation to your team is important, and varies dramatically depending on what kind of team comp is being run. Regardless of comp, some general rules usually apply. Stay further back than the tanks, except to save a teammate. When the tanks move, Mercy moves up with them. If Mercy takes too long to follow, she may get cut off and left behind.
Where does it hurt?
There are a million different scenarios where Mercy should stray from these rules, but whenever Mercy is unsure where to be, this general positioning is better than no positioning. Also, be aware of the flanks. If Mercy's side opens up to the enemy position, she could easily get flanked and killed by surprise.
Let's get you back out there.
The last important lesson in this beginner positioning course is beam connection breakage. When Mercy is linked to another player, she can break line of sight for around 1 second before the beam actually breaks. Mercy can take advantage of this by only peeking from behind cover once every second, simply to refresh the beam connection. Using this strategy decreases the amount of time Mercy has to peek. Concludes today's lesson. Now you are beginning to see the basics of positioning with Mercy. If you enjoyed class today, be sure to subscribe. Sharing the video and hitting the like button are also great ways to help out. We hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you liked this class, consider attending the other courses in this playlist. Until next lecture, Angela Ziegler signing out.
You needed a doctor?
Okay, so that was section 102, beginner's positioning. So let me turn that off now. Okay. Hope you guys were paying attention because we're gonna quiz you on what you just saw. But yeah, so basically, Mary just showed up and she was late for class. Mary, you're so late. You need to get You're lucky we're not giving you a detention, Mary.
Damage amplified. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you better be sorry. Well, anyway, you're not too late for the quiz, Mary, but you definitely missed the video. So, good luck winning the quiz this time. But anyway, so the core principles of beginner's positioning are you always want to heal from cover. So if I were to use this desk as cover, I would be crouching right now, but I can't crouch right now because my crouch key is unbound because I use it to control the Mercy School mod. But anyway, you always want to use cover. You want to go from one cover to another cover, and you always want to have something between you and the enemy, even if it's a gigantic, fat, obese pig man who's vaping on drugs in order to not feel the effects of bullets piercing his flesh. Yes, that's right. The Roadhog shield is actually a very viable thing to hide behind if you can manage to stay behind him. Pretty crazy stuff. Well, anyway, and then don't forget that your beam breaks, beam connection breakage, breaks after about 1.25 seconds or so of having it linked to somebody and then breaking line of sight. So if I'm linked and then I walk out of this room, after about 1 second of losing line of sight, the beam will break. That's important to know. So that way you don't just stand out in the open healing. You can actually just hide and then move. Oh, wrong button. You can hide and then move one way and then move the other way. Just peek out and grab it and then go back in. And then peek out and grab it and go back in without actually breaking the link, which makes you only exposed for a moment, like 1/10 of a second or 2/10 of a second every second instead of just standing there, which also helps you to not get picked off. And again, with your tanks, the main thing with tanks that I want to point out is if you don't know what to do, that's when you play around tanks. If you are in a game and you are just getting picked off and you don't know what's happening and it's just awful, then you want to play behind your tanks. And when they move up, you move up. And if you don't move up quickly, then you will probably get picked off as you try to go up. Because right when they're moving up, usually that's your time to move up. And if you wait, then you might have the distance between them and you being watched by people like Widowmaker. And then when you go to fly across that gap, you might get shot in the head and go down and be eliminated. So something to think about. But at the same time, you don't want to go up with them if it looks like they're getting obliterated. But generally, as a rule of thumb, especially in lower SR games, you just walk up with them. Or Guardian Angel with them. Go with them. That's pretty much everything that was mentioned in the video. Just wanted to reiterate some of the points in the video. So, is everybody's quiz kit working? Because we need to start the quiz now. Everybody's have some kind of icon on their screen or rules or something. If you see literally anything on your screen, then it's probably working. So, just want a quick double check. Is everybody ready for the quiz? Everybody ready? I'm gonna assume everybody's ready.
Understood.
Okay. All right, we're gonna start the quiz. So, first off, welcome to Mercy School. This quiz is 102 Beginner Positioning Guide. All right. I forget how the quiz kit works. Let me pop it up real fast. We're gonna start the game. It's already asking the first question. Sorry, which of the following is usually the most important objective Mercy focus on? Healing tanks, damage boosting well, pistol accuracy or not dying early. Crap, it asked it right away. My bad. Okay, you guys got baited. First question got asked just instantly. I forgot that's how it worked. My bad, chat. Good luck to whoever got that the fastest, if you even got it at all. Surprise round. Yeah, it was just a pop quiz. Gives a whole new meaning to pop quiz, doesn't it?
Got it.
Okay.
Powered up.
Now to strike.
My point. No. You guys not even get an answer because of that? Well, anyway. Sorry about that. I did not. Day 2's also botched. Well, anyway. Let's reveal the answer. I did not mean to screw you guys like that. I am so sorry. But let's just move on anyway. So, the correct answer was not dying early. That's right. That's what we said in the video. Sorry. In the video, we mentioned that if Mercy dies first, the rest of her team usually follows. Not always the case. I do want to point out that there are exceptions. But the main rule of thumb is, if you are a new Mercy player, if you are new to Mercy, you have not played Mercy before, or if you're just in a lower SR game, then generally your number one goal is to not die, okay? If you cannot die, then generally you'll have the best chance of winning. Sorry, chat, that you got baited on that first question.
Now we're in business.
Sorry. Maybe tomorrow you won't get baited on the first question. I didn't know that it asked right away. My bad. It's just, unfortunately, school is unfair sometimes and teachers mess up. And when teachers mess up, they just let you deal with it because they're bad people. Like me. But anyway, so yeah, there are exceptions though. I do want to point out there are exceptions to the rule of not dying first. And so I'm getting distracted by chat. The rule of not dying first. You actually are, it's okay to die first as Mercy. But only under very specific circumstances. If you can say, pull off a res on something really valuable at the start of a fight, like a Genji with a blade when you have an Ana that has nano or something, and then you die for the res, but now you've got nano blade right in the middle of the fight. Or if you can res like Reinhardt with Shatter right behind a whole group of enemies and they don't notice, and someone picks you off but they don't notice the Reinhardt and then he slams 6 people. Or there are situations where it's okay to die first as Mercy. But general rule of thumb is if you die first, you lose the game. So if you're in a lower SR game or you're not like Grandmasters Plus as Mercy or Masters Plus, then generally you just want to try to stay alive. That's really all you want to do. And just heal, stay alive, damage boost, res safely, just be consistent. You don't throw away your consistency for ridiculous stuff unless you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just crazy to try it. Well, anyway, we're going to move on to the next question. Also, I will take into account that you guys got scammed on the first question, and I will consider and think about it when looking at who got in the top 5. So, don't feel too bad. If I see people close enough in something, I'll think about having leeway on something. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can figure something out, okay? Well, anyway. Next question. Mercy players who want to improve should focus on which of the following? Healing and damage boosting, or flying while healing, or should they focus on DPS flanking with Valk, or should they focus on positioning and how to use cover while healing? Those are your choices. Whichever one of these you think would be the correct answer based on the video. Alright, we are going to move on to the next question. It is going to pop up any second now, so I hope you're ready to answer. Here it comes. Alright, well, Mary says that's all important and then a Veil Fine emote. Well, that's what you get for being late to class, Mary. If you weren't late to class, you would have been able to watch the video, and the video explicitly told the answer to this question. Also, now that the question's over, I should probably remind you guys that this is 102 Beginner's Positioning. I feel like the title of this course today is a big giveaway to the answer on this question. If you don't know what the answer is when you're in 102 Beginner's Positioning, you may want to rethink Mercy School. Okay, I'm sorry, I made it a little bit too mean, but it was really funny. Okay, well, anyway, let's reveal the correct answer. Wow, everybody got the answer right. Who would have guessed? I guess having the class be titled 102 Beginner's Positioning maybe gave the answer away, even for the people who missed the video, like Mary in the back, who probably should get a detention for being late again. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next question. Everywhere Mercy flies to, she should be looking for a DPS to eliminate, something to hide behind, a low health ally, or a DPS to damage boost. Which of these 4 things is the most important? I know all these things are necessarily good things to do, but there is something here that is the most important thing when you're flying around as Mercy. More important than the other 3. Well, anyway, we're gonna ask the question now, so I hope you're ready. All right, it says everybody is done. Well, I don't know. It said the 15 seconds is up. Hopefully, if I'm talking while somebody's answering questions somehow, then let me know. But I'm pretty sure that I can talk at this point. It's right after each person answers the questions. Just that some people have delay and other people do not have delay. So anyway, if you were paying close attention to the video, you'd know the answer. Also, if you remembered that the title of this course is 102 Beginner's Positioning, then you might realize the answer has something to do with positioning. Well, anyway, let's reveal the correct answer. Wow, everybody got the answer right. It was something to hide behind. Wow, you guys are very good students. I am very proud of each and every one of you.
I'm taking care of you. Damage boost engaged. Thanks.
Okay, well then, I guess we move on to the next question. The greatest talent of a good Mercy player is damage boosting Rhine's Fire Strike, or good resurrections, or finding improvised cover, or flying precision in Valkyrie, meaning like how accurately you can fly around in Valkyrie without bumping into things and getting stuck and stuff, you know, that kind of thing. All right, well, are you guys ready? Because we're about to ask the question. Okay, here it comes. All right, it says that the question is done being sent. So I think I'm okay to talk now. So, the greatest talent of a good Mercy player. Well, the thing is, damage boosting Rhine's Fire Strike is not an applicable talent in every situation, so it's definitely not your greatest talent, even if you're really good at it. Just want to point that out. Good resurrections. That's a very good thing to be good at, but it's not your greatest strength as Mercy, okay? Because res are nice and all, but if you just die and feed every single fight, you'll never even get the chance to res. And flying precisely in Valk is also a very good talent to have. But Valkyrie only happens like once every minute and a half to 2 minutes usually. So what are you doing in the other minute and a half? You just feeding? That's why it's not the most important talent you can have, because that's only a small part of the actual time frame of your gameplay. So, let's reveal the answer. It looks like everybody got it right again. It was finding improvised cover. The greatest Mercies I've ever seen in my day. They all know how to do this. You'll be a DPS, and you're trying to pick off the Mercy, and you're trying to pick her out of the air, and she'll land on a ledge, and now you can't see her. What did I just do? Anyway. Yeah, now you can't see her. So, now you can't kill her. And then she flies across again, you try to get her. And she flies behind a tree, and you can't hit her because there's a tree in the way. And then she flies to a car, and then she's behind the car. Now I can't hit her again. And if I don't hit her in that small little time frame of her flying across, then I'm not getting rid of the Mercy. She's gonna live forever. That's why it's the greatest talent the Mercy can ever have. I actually remember watching the game with the Fran one time, and there was this Mercy, and she lived the entire game, and he couldn't kill her even though he was on Tracer, because she was so good at flying and landing in perfect places where she had improvised cover that he could never even get a full clip of his gun off on her, because she always flew to perfect cover somewhere. She always made cover out of nothing, and he could not kill her, and they lost the game. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is one of the biggest mistakes new Mercies make? Using the pistol, not damage boosting enough, walking in front of shields, or dying? We're gonna reveal the question right now. All right, says the question's done. So, first off, using the pistol. Using the pistol's not really a mistake. using it poorly is a mistake. That's not what that answer said. Not damage boosting enough. That's not really a thing because there's no such thing as not damage boosting enough unless you're not even trying to do it, because you can only damage boost as much as there's things to damage boost. And if your team's not getting good bursts of damage, then you'll never get a damage boost. And what does that even have to do with anything? Dying is bad. It's not a good thing to die. But that is not the biggest mistake of a new Mercy. Every Mercy will die eventually somewhere in the match normally. So you can't just chalk that up to, oh, it must just be a new Mercy. She's just feeding because she's new. Feeding is a universal skill that all Mercies have in common. Every Mercy at one time or another has been a master at feeding her brains out. Well, anyway, let's reveal the answer. Wow, it looks like I got all you guys on that trick question. Dying sure sounds like a bad thing to do, but that is not a mistake specific to a new Mercy. Every Mercy makes the mistake of dying. That is not very specific. So, yeah, you guys should have really thought that one through before picking dying. The correct answer was walking in front of shields. I can't even count the number of times that I've seen a Mercy who's new at the game, and she'll be standing in front of a shield, and she'll just walk through it for no reason whatsoever, and just stand in front of it. And then she'll get shot in the head by Widowmaker, and goodbye SR. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So if you find yourself stuck in silver, or bronze, or gold, or maybe even plat, and you find yourself walking in front of a shield for absolutely no reason when you are completely safe on the opposite side, you may want to reevaluate what in the hell you're doing. So, yeah, that is probably the biggest mistake new Mercies make. I don't know why they do it, but I see it all the time. I think they don't realize the shield is there because they're so new to the game, or they don't really realize what the shield's doing for them, so they just walk through it like it's nothing. But, my phone's ringing. That's really awkward. I better set that somewhere where you guys won't hear it as loud. So, anyway, that is... Remember, chat, you're supposed to turn your phones off before class. Alright, no phone ringing. I'm the only one allowed to have a phone in here. If I find any of you with phones, I'm gonna have to confiscate them. Forever.
Understood.
Okay, well anyway, on to the next question. If Mercy is unsure how to play, which of the following should she not do? So basically what I'm getting at here is, if Mercy's in a game and she's just confused, like she's feeding and she doesn't know what's happening, and she's like, how can I just get a foothold on this game and just stop dying? Or how can I just get control of this match because I just cannot stay alive and I don't know what's happening and it's just a chaotic mess. I don't know where to be. I don't know where to stand, etc., etc. That type of thing, okay? If that is what is happening to a Mercy, what should she not do? Should she not play behind the tanks? If the tanks move, should she not go with them? Or should she not protect the tanks by getting the enemy's attention, getting them to shoot at her? Or should she not be super fast about following the tanks? Should she like linger and be slow when tanks move up and then take her time following? Which of these things should she not do if she has no idea what's going on and how to get a hold of the game? Okay. All right. Well, you guys ready? 'Cause we're gonna ask this question right now. Mary says, what a question, Vale fine. Well, Mary, if you hadn't been late to class, you might have had a better idea of what the answer might be.
Let's get you back out there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you better be sorry, Mary. Well, anyway, the question's not done being asked to the mobile users yet. Somebody must be really far behind if it's still asking the question. Okay, it's done asking the question. The way I asked it's hard, Mary says. I don't know how to make it any easier for you, Mary. These questions are just hard now, okay? This is not day one anymore. You're gonna have to study harder, or else you're gonna become a flunky.
Healing stream engaged.
That's my fault.
Yeah, it is. Okay, well, anyway. All right. Whoops, I just showed the next question. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. All right, well, I wonder who got it wrong. I wonder if it was Mary. Well, anyway, so when you don't know what's going on, it is a good idea to play behind the tanks, because at least then you have some kind of pillar of HP pool that you can stand behind, where they don't always get one shot and they can eat bullets for you and just be a distraction. So you're kind of safer staying behind them, not directly behind them, but like, you know, from one side of the classroom to the other, from behind cover or whatever. Okay. When the tanks move, if you don't know what's happening, when the tanks move, you need to go with them. If you don't go with them, the DPS are going to come kill you because you're now by yourself, especially if they have a Genji or a Sombra. Then as soon as you are left alone without the tanks, they're going to jump on you, and I don't know how to say it in a not graphic way, but you are going to be in trouble. So you need to move quickly. The exception is if your tanks are moving up like idiots and they're getting obliterated, you don't want to move up with them until you find some safe way to do it, because you don't want, they will immediately switch to Mercy and shoot Mercy instead of the tanks. So it is a tough one, but generally you want to follow the tanks some way, shape, or form. Also, you want to be quick moving with the tanks. If they go too fast and you take too long, again, you'll get separated. The DPS will target you, and when you try to cross, you'll get jumped on, or you'll get jumped on before you even try to cross. So, yeah, you want to be quick. So, protect the tanks by getting enemy attention. Well, did I already reveal the answer? I already revealed the answer. Yes, right. Okay, well, the thing about protecting the tanks by getting enemies' attention, you actually can do that. That is actually a viable thing to do on Mercy. But the problem with that is the question says, if you're unsure how to play, if you are unsure how to play, then you are in no position to try to eat dirt for your tanks. If you know what you're doing, though, and you are a very good Mercy, one of the best, is actually a viable strat to try to make the enemy think that you're vulnerable, and then go somewhere, get them to chase you, fly past them or something, get their attention while your tanks engage. This will draw damage off of your tanks and make it easier for them to get in and find kills. But do not try it unless you actually know what you're doing. It is one of the hardest things to do as Mercy, and it is something we will probably go over in not even an intermediate class. I'll probably save that for an advanced or even master level course, like 3.0 something or 4.0 something. It is very difficult to do that. Even I'm still trying to master it. I've gotten pretty good at it, but it's a very, very fine skill to learn. Very difficult. Also, Gemini says, sorry I'm late for class, sir. It's okay. You are excused this one time, Gemini, but do it again and you'll have a detention.
Let me get you patched up.
I didn't understand. Say that again.
Sorry.
That's what I thought. Okay, well anyway, next question. What is beam connection breakage? If you missed the video, you're probably gonna have absolutely no idea what the answer is, because this was mentioned in the video. This is a term that I have invented for Mercy School as a way to describe something that happens in the game. Well, anyway, choices are, is beam connection breakage how long until beams break after losing line of sight with your target? Or is it how far beams can reach while in Valkyrie? Or is it how long beams take to apply when you're playing with high ping? Like trying to play in an Asia server when you're in EU or NA. Or is it what happens when the beam target dies. All right, everyone got that? It's one of these four. One of these four things is what I called beam connection breakage in the video. All right, let's ask the question. All right, it says everybody's received it, and now it's just people who are behind at this point. Liz says she pressed the wrong thing. Well, that is unfortunate, Liz. I am very sorry to hear
My
that.
spirit is strong.
Well, hopefully you weren't even close to first, and then you won't feel bad if you don't get first. Very unfortunate for Liz. But anyway, what one of these things was it? Well, let's reveal the answer. Well, it seems that everybody except for one person got it right. It is how long until the beams break after losing line of sight. Yeah, so beam connection breakage is the thing where you link to somebody and then you walk behind cover and you can't see them anymore. And when you do that, you have about 1 second, I think it's a little more than 1 second, before the beam actually disconnects. So what you can do is you can be behind cover and then you can peek and go back in and peek and go back in and not have to stand out in the open while healing. And that saves you a lot of risk, because then you can spend 90% of your time just hiding like a little baby while letting your team do the work without actually showing yourself at all. Believe it or not, that's the right way to play it most of the time. So, yeah. All right, well, today's quiz was only 7 questions. So, yeah, that's it for the quiz. Let's see how everybody did. I will try to take into account that I accidentally sprung the first question before asking it, and try to remember who got screwed on that or not. But if somebody won by like 50,000 points, then it doesn't really matter. Also, I do want to say, you guys are pretty smart. When I made today's quiz, I thought, wow, this is actually going to be a lot harder than yesterday. People are going to totally get wrong answers. But you guys only really got wrong answers on like 1 question. So, good job, Clutch. You guys are a lot smarter than Widowmaker and the others give you credit for. That's right. They talk about you and they're like, oh yeah, Diva, she's so dumb, she could never pass Mercy School. And Lucio, he's dumb as a rock. And Brigitte, don't even get me started on Brigitte. Well, today you guys made a lot of ground on proving those DPS wrong. So, congratulations on getting so many questions right.
I'm taking care of you.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
Okay, well anyway, let's show the final results and see how everybody did. Oh wow, Wolverina won with 75,000 points. So far ahead that I really don't feel like we need to take into account anyone else. Mary got totally owned today. Unlucky for Mary. If only Mary had actually been here for the video, she might have done a little bit better. Shame on you, Mary. If you're late again, I'm gonna have to give you a detention.
Where does it hurt?
That's my fault.
Yeah, damn straight it is your fault, Mary. You better not be late again. Well, anyway, congratulations, Wolverina. If you are there in the chat, just so you know, you won a free VOD review, and I will review your replay code tomorrow at the beginning of stream. If you don't want this replay code, feel free to give it to someone else, and I will watch their replay instead. Also, if you want to just show me something that I'm not even, I don't even know what to call it. If you want to show me something I'm not even equipped to review, like Genji or something, then by all means, you can just have us watch your video and that just be the end of it. That's fine too. But I don't see Wolverina in chat, unfortunately. Maybe I should make a rule that you have to say something in chat after the quiz, or else you don't get a prize, because, it's kind of unfair. Okay, Wolverina wants me to pass it to somebody. Okay. Well, we've got a tough decision to make then. Mood TBH is raiding with a party of 2. Thanks for the small raid, Mood. I appreciate it. You just missed Mercy School. Well, now we have to make a decision, because Echo was in second, but, Liz, I have no idea which contestant Liz is. There's contestant 8 and contestant 16. I don't know which one is Liz. Also, how are there 16 contestants when we only had 7 participants, or 9 or something? I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, I don't really understand. We actually had contestant 6, 20, 19, and 8, and I don't know who was who. Contestant 8, I think, was Liz, because she said she hit the wrong button on the last one. If Liz would have hit the correct button on the last one, she probably actually would have come in first place by like a mile. So, and Liz got totally screwed on the first question. And Liz desperately wants me to watch a replay code for some reason. So, class, what do you feel about me giving it to Liz in second, even though Echo came in second? Are you okay with that, Echo? Liz seems really excited so she can have the prizes she wants. That's what Echo says. Well, we appreciate that very much, Echo, because Liz seems like she really wants it. And Liz totally got screwed out of her points in 2 different ways. So, I think Liz would have won it legitimately if it wasn't for some technical difficulties. Yeah, we all got screwed on the first question, but Echo still got like 14,000 points on the first question, she said. So, I don't know how she did that, but, good job, Echo.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, so Liz, if you want me to watch your replay, I will be watching it at the very beginning of stream tomorrow. Send me a replay code through a whisper on Twitch, since that's what you said might work for you. But also, I want you all to know, tomorrow, I have a doctor's appointment at 4 p.m. So that's going to push the whole schedule back by like 2 hours or something. So, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Everything's going to be late. I'm going to be late to stream. I'm going to have class late. I don't know when stream might start at like 5:30 or 6. I don't know. So, if you want to be the first to know, be sure to follow me on Twitter or Discord. The links are down there below the stream. So go down there and find my Twitter or my Discord and follow one, because that's when I post when I'm going live. Unless you have notifications turned on, in which case you'll get some notification if you're already on Twitch, or if you're on a phone, you'll get some alert to your phone, I think. But tomorrow's going to be a weird day, because I have an appointment right at the time that I normally start stream. Just want to let you guys all know that. Well, anyway, good job on the quiz, everybody. You guys did a lot better than I thought. I'm going to have to make the questions even more difficult in order to stump you guys at this rate, because you guys are way too good at this. So maybe tomorrow I'll have the questions be even harder. Well, anyway, Liz, if you want, we can push your VOD review back to another day or something maybe. We'll have to figure it out. But anyway, you know, honestly, Liz, if you want to have your VOD review on Thursday, we can just have 2 VOD reviews on Thursday. Does that sound better? Will that work for you, Liz? That might be what we need to do for you, because tomorrow's a weird day. I don't know how it's going to all work out. I got to go to this doctor's appointment, so I can't skip it. So, but anyway, all right, so Liz says it's okay to do Thursday. All right. Well then, that concludes Mercy School 102. This was Beginner's Positioning. I hope you guys enjoyed class today. If you enjoyed class, be sure to follow the stream. If you're not already following, hit that follow button down there in the bottom right. I don't know where in the world it would be on a phone though. And if you want to support the show, then go subscribe to my YouTube, or subscribe to this channel, or donate money, or give bits, or just watch the stream and leave it open even when you're not watching it so I get a free viewer. But anyway, we're gonna go back to competitive now. So, thanks for attending Mercy School. I hope you guys all learned something, and class is dismissed.
Understood. I'm on it.
I thought I unbound that button, but I still didn't emote. I'm not sure how that happened. Alright, class, I will see you in class tomorrow.